my dear guest. Good evening.
Good evening.
I am Toastmaster Shanwas, the Sergeant in Arms for Mussafah Toastmasters Club. And it is my pleasure to be here and welcome you all to the 204th meeting of our Mussafah Toastmasters Club. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience by which the members are empowered to develop higher leadership and communication skills, resulting in higher self-confidence and personal growth. As a protocol of Toastmasters International, you are requested to kindly keep away from 3 taboo topics during the entire meeting, that is, sex, religion, and politics. You are also requested to be seated. Kindly switch off your mobile phones or keep them in silent mode to avoid distraction. Also, you are requested to be seated comfortably until you are called for your role. With this note, I would like to welcome our President, Toastmaster Vivek Ayyappan, for the opening address. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shanwas, for inviting me. How are you today? After the fasting, long hours of fasting, I think we could not conduct this meeting this time, but our members are supported more in this time, so we conducted. Because of that, some of the members are inconvenient and they did not turn around today. Now the fasting, the theme is also fasting, so excellent subject. Our today's Toastmaster now is selected. So let us talk about fasting, and we can also have fasting. So for the last 2 days, there was many events conducted in Toastmasters division districts. So one of them was DCAC District Toastmasters Annual Conference, which was on 25, 26, 27 in Le Méridien, Dubai. So in which we have also got some of the awards for speeches, like evaluation contest from our division, the first prize. Sorry, for table topics, Madam Toastmaster Rosalind Harrison. Maybe somebody has heard about her name. She is from Abu Dhabi. So she got the first prize in districts. So that is a great achievement for our division. And also from Allied Toastmasters, Toastmaster Peter got second prize for evaluation contest. And from Abu Dhabi, Toastmaster Taisel, Arabic International Contest, he is the first prize winner. So these are the recent awards our division got in district annual contest. Apart from that, new division director, Toastmaster Devlal Saradevan, is selected. So for the next tenure, Toastmaster Devlal will be our division director. And also our district director, welcome. Our district director is newly elected is Toastmaster Robin Anand. He was previously program quality for the district 105. Now he elected as a division district director. So these are the recent events and new challenges we have to go ahead with. Beat the clock Toastmaster hours, adding new 5 members within May and June before completion of this year. Hopefully our Toastmaster BP membership will concentrate and achieve this award. Next one of the things we have to complete, the issue of our 3rd quarter newsletter. So anybody is given their writings to Toastmaster Ashraf, because the first early bird award also there. So those who are giving their first article, he will get award also in this. So please hand over or email or WhatsApp, whatever you feel in writing, because this is going to be printed and published. So this will be a milestone in your life that your writing is going to be printed and we are all going to read. You can keep it as a memory. Yes. will become a history in future. So our all exco members and all members this time we want to be participated. I request all members because last time only few and before very less. This time we need to complete at least 10 articles which will be benefited for us. So please note that as early as possible, whatever you feel, your incidents and memories, you can share with them, especially for related to Toastmasters. Another, we have to conduct our election for the next tenure from presidency to EP membership, EP education. All the categories we need to find new leaders. So election conduct chair is Toastmaster Rajesh Palikare. So if anybody is interested to participate, please hand over your nominations to him. Now recently we have conducted a membership and public relation campaign, which was on 27th. So Toastmaster Ashraf, VP membership, take the lead and join with the Toastmaster Shanawaz and Toastmaster Naufal. All of them are conducted and visited many hospitals, schools, gymnasiums and restaurants. So almost I think 15 locations they have visited and hand over our brochures and they stick on our brochures there. So that is a membership campaign we have conducted. So I would like to congratulate Naufal and Toastmaster Shanawaz, please stand up. We would like to appreciate. Thank you. Hopefully we will get more members in future. We have to continue this work. Now, our one of the senior member got Competent Leadership Award. Do you know about that? Recently we have the awards came from Toastmasters International USA. So I welcome Toastmaster Puran Rai. Great achievement. So, I wanted to extend my speech before concluding. Some takeaways, 5 healing tips for personal growth. You can find out in these papers. 5 healing tips for personal growth. Just go through reading later. The titles are investigate fear factors. What are fear factors you can investigate, how to deal with it. Then let go of victimhood. The second, the third, transition with grace. The fourth, be forgiving in the face of failure. And fifth, accept abundance through compassion. These are the takeaways for today's meetings from my side. And later, I hope our thought of the evening is going to give better takeaways. With this note, meeting number 204 is open for today. Now let me welcome today's Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Naufal. Toastmaster Naufal, are you ready to lead us? Welcome. Let us hear from what is happening.
Hi, good evening, one and all. How are you? I'm good. Fine? But I think your sounds are not enough for the fight.
Fine.
Little bit
How
more.
was
Okay, fine. Anyway, all phases are giving me the power morning is beginning and our Toastmaster meeting also fallen on the same day. And I thought today we are very difficult to conduct this meeting because when I am connect with the people, someone is not ready, and when I am checking with the venue is not ready. It was very complicated how we arranged. It is the spirit of Toastmastering. First of all, I give a big round of applause. So let's move our today's session, meeting number 204. I think everyone have the agenda. Can you just take the agenda? These are the corrections. The correction is the timer, Toastmaster Shanavas, counter, and the webmaster also, Toastmaster Shanavas, and the topic, Madam Annie, and right, and this master Shimkumar, and Sivarantu Primary Toastmaster, and thought of the day, the factor. And there is actually 5 speech, but unfortunately 2 did not attend. So we have only at present only 3 speeches. The evaluation part, Toastmaster Arul Shekhar, evaluator Toastmaster Ashraf, Toastmaster Faisal, evaluated by Toastmaster Shukla. Please note that. And Ashpay is cancelled. And Toastmaster Puran Roy, the speech evaluated by Toastmaster Ramraj. That only the correction, the agenda.
This one more, I think.
Madhivan is doing the outbound. So, before our meeting, I think we have one new face today. Okay, so Mr. Santosh, can you just come and explain about you, because you were in the last month came. I think many of them no idea about you. Please give a round of applause.
I was not expecting to be here. In fact, I went to introduce myself. I introduced nearly 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, fortunately, this is my 3rd meeting, but unfortunately, I couldn't come to in between meetings. So, whatever the reason, maybe sick or other schedules. My name is Santosh Agustin. I work for Marar Asset Management, which is managing the Yas development in terms of all theme parks, say Warner Brothers, Ferrari World, whatever you call there is under Marar Asset Management within the LLC. So I'm here at Marar for the last 3 years, and I'm here maybe completing starting 18th or 19th year. I came here in 2002. I was in Dubai before and went to Qatar for a short time, and then came back to Dubai and then moved to Abu Dhabi. It was in 2004. Since then, I'm going sometimes up and down to Dubai, but currently here in Abu Dhabi, from Mussafah, for the last 8 years. Now I'm married. My wife is basically a teacher. She's not working at this moment. I have 2 kids. One is 2 years and the other one is 11 and a half. It's a big range. So the kid is studying at Baldev Vidyabhavan. I'm coming from southern part of India, just Kerala. So that's about me. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you. Nice introduction. Thank you. So we are moving on to our role play session. Role players is let me invite our timer, Toastmaster Shanavas. Can you just explain the role?
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. My role as a timer is to monitor time during the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. At the end of the meeting, I will report the time. At the end of each session, I will report the time. At the beginning of each session, I will explain the timing rule for that particular session. So this will allow you to know whether you have delivered your speech on the allotted time. Okay.
Thank you. The next role is accountant. Toastmaster Madhivan, please come to us.
Hi, good evening all. Today my role is my role as the accountant. The purpose of accountant is to note any word or sound used as French by anyone who speaks during the meeting. The words may be inappropriate injections such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Okay. The sound may be I should note whenever a speaker repeats a word or the phrase such as I, this means. So, thank you all.
Thank you. And the next role is Wordmaster and grammarian. It's again Toastmaster Sharwas.
Toastmasters, good evening again. So I am also doing the role of grammarian and wordmaster. As a grammarian, my role is to monitor the use of English during the course of the entire meeting. I will note down any awkward or misuse of the English language. This will include incomplete sentences, sentences that change direction in the midstream, incorrect grammar, malaproposal, etc. And at the end of the meeting, I will provide a report of the same. As a wordmaster, my role is to introduce a new word in this meeting. The word is introduced to increase your vocabulary, a word that can be incorporated easily into everyday conversation, but it is different from the way people usually express themselves. So I will note who used the words most during their speeches and provide a report at the end of the meeting. So you are encouraged to use this word as much as possible. Today, the word of the day is zealous. The meaning of this, it is an adjective, and the meaning zealous. Sorry. Zealous. Okay. The meaning of zealous is full of zeal, means full of energy, ardently active, enthusiastic, and eager. Synonyms are dedicated, passionate, avid, and blazing. So if you, for example, he is a zealous worker. He thought the reporters were too zealous in their attempts to get into the event. So please use this word as much as possible in your meeting. So I will be noting down. Over to this.
Thank you. So try to use maximum zealous. And the next role play is table topic master, Madam Toastmaster, and right. Please note that.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Anne. Today I have the role of a table topic master. This is a fun portion of the meeting. It allows us to practice impromptu speaking skills. Table topic allows every member who does not already have a speaking role to speak at the meeting. I have prepared 12 topics today and will introduce them shortly whenever it's time for them. So each person is given half a minute to look at the topic, and then when he or she utters the first word, the time begins. They can speak up to 2 minutes, and that's it.
Thank you. And the next role is Quizmaster. Toastmaster, please.
Warm good evening to Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guest. So I'll be playing a role of Quizmaster this evening. Basically, I'll be looking at the attentiveness of the members across the 2 hours period, and I'll be framing a few questions, and I'll be asking those at the end of the meeting. Okay, thank you so much.
And the next is the general evaluation. I'm going to give back Toastmaster Vivek. Please on dice.
how the meeting proceeded and what is the improvements and just part of the meetings.
Okay. Thank you. And the next is thought of the day. It's going to be by Toastmaster Deepak. Please organize.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Last week I was going to Dubai for a training. Usually I don't listen to radio that much. I work on media and advertising industry, so I listen to ads more than conversations because this is our job again. I was lucky enough to hear one incident of a person which was really a tragic incident, and the way how he came back to normal life, it's really an inspiring one. That's why when the TME approached me for a role, I directly told that I will take the thought of the evening, which I believe will be an inspiration to everyone, even though we believe that we have a lot of weaknesses, but on most of the cases, we don't know how to overcome. I believe, like I mentioned, this story, I will make a small story, the way how he came back from this incident in specific, truly an inspiring one. A person named Tasvir Muhammad is from Kerala. He was a young chap. During 2013, he met in a big bike accident where he was sitting in the backside of the bike. One of his friends was riding the bike. Unfortunately, he met in a big accident and he went out from the bike and he was hospitalized. He didn't know what was the exact health issue happening to him because he was unconscious. When he got back his memory, he came to know that one of his legs was fully damaged. So the doctor gave him a hope that you can come back to normal life within the 3 months. So he had his hope. He told to his mother and his sister that doctor told that there is a hope and after 3 months I will be able to play football even. So this was the courage that the doctor had given. Unfortunately, after a week, the doctor approached him and told that the leg which had a fracture got infection. So the only solution was to remove that leg. Which was really a sad story in the sense that it's affecting someone's life. His mother and his sister was at home. This was one of the real touching part which you cannot imagine yourself that how a mother responded when she came to know that one of the leg has gone for her son. Someone called her at home that come back quickly to the hospital. So the mother thought that the son had passed away. So she immediately ran to the hospital and saw that the son was alive. So she laughed and then she saw that there was no leg. So he asked immediately, Mom, why are you laughing? She thought that, son, I thought that you are no more alive. Since you are alive, this is more than enough what I was expecting. So leg has gone. Yes, this is your fate or this is our fate. But you have to go forward. Then again, he had the courage that he wanted to do modeling. So this was one of his main passion. He was a body fitness fellow as well as he was maintaining a proper diet also. After this incident, he came back to his normal life. And last week there was a modeling event back in Kerala, especially at the Lulu Mall. So he was one of the public figure which Lulu Mall even introduced, that a guy who is handicapped came to the ramp and showed his skills. If you go to Instagram itself, just put the name Tasvi, You can see his profile, and he has followers close to 500,000. Every day he puts some inspiring pictures. Just a picture. This picture itself is a real inspiration for everyone. When I was listening to the radio, I was about to cry the incidences what he was explaining. And I just sent him a message about his courage and the way how he came back to the normal life. He sent me a thank you. Thank you very much. God bless your family. Even though I never expected that he will reply for my message. Why I brought up this subject of this story today, like I mentioned, we are here in Toastmasters to develop our weaknesses and to overcome one step forward to see what are the strengths behind us to bring it forward. Always understand your weaknesses or your strengths, compare each other, and always put one step ahead for the weaknesses. Definitely you will be a person more courageous or more strengthful than what we expect. All of you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. It's a really a nice, inspirational story. So, follow the story. Okay, so we are moving to our next session. So today theme fasting. Actually, what do you mean by the fasting? Fasting is the reduction of food or a drink or a particular time period. How many of you experienced in the fasting? Can you just raise your hands? Yes, I think most of you have experience in the fasting. So actually, what is the benefit of the fasting?
It is internal internal healing mechanism.
Yes.
Healing as well as healing.
Yes. Then?
And it's spiritual. You can realize yourself.
Yeah. There is a various categories there. We can consider as a spiritual area. We can consider as our health, as we mentioned, internal mechanism, healing and body purify. Of course, one more thing is that we can control our all the negative habits which we are following. For example, if you are addicted to smoking or if you are addicted to alcohol, you can control some sort of a particular period. When you are under the religious, you are following the religious system, you can easily to cover up that one. Because I just give you one example. If you are a smoker, in the case of the special community, from 12 hours they cannot able to have any single water or food or anything. Everything they need to avoid. So that means automatically the person is he is mandated to avoid all the habits. So my request is what? If you have any kind of habits, try to make as a faster and try to avoid that one in this particular time. Okay. Then let me show you a few benefit of the fasting. And benefit for intermittent fasting. It's from one time to a particular time period. First is changes the function of cells and genes and hormones. It's entirely every internal parts is changing and lowers your weight and belly fat. Reduce insulin resistance, lowering your risk type of 2 diabetes. Reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. Induce various cellular repair process. reduce the risk of chronic health conditions, prevent cancer, it's a major part, prevent Alzheimer's disease, improve brain health, helping you live longer. It's a another major part. So again, I am requesting you try to follow that one, and this is the major benefit of the fasting. Okay. For the time being, we are moving to our next session because time is very precious. The next is the prepared speeches. For the prepared speeches, timer, please explain the total timing of the speeches.
Toastmaster of the day. Toastmasters and guests. Good evening once more. So we are going to start the prepared speeches session. The time allotted for prepared speeches are usually 5 to 7 minutes, but we have an icebreaker speech, 2 icebreaker speeches. So for icebreaker speech, the time allotted is 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, the green light will be on. At 5 minutes, the yellow light will be on, and 6 minutes, the red light will be on, and it will remain on till the speech is concluded. For advanced speech, we have one advanced speech. Advanced speech, the time allotted is 8 to 10 minutes. Green light will be on at 8 minutes, yellow light at 9 minutes, and red light at 10 minutes. At the end of the session, I will note the time taken by each speaker, and at the end of the session, I will report the time taken. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmasters. And the first speaker is Toastmaster Arun. Before that, the evaluation is going to be given by Toastmaster Ashraf. Toastmaster Ashraf, please explain the evaluation purpose.
Toastmaster evening, fellow Toastmasters and viewers. Good evening all. Today, Toastmaster Arun Sheikh is going to his first speech, the icebreaker. As we know, we have seen already, the Toastmaster Arun Sheikh is a zealous member. He is very active. Today, he is starting his formal training through speeches. And icebreaker, as we know, it is a chance for the member to get acquainted with the process of delivering a speech, preparing a speech with its basic components and delivering it, experiencing delivering it. So that is the purpose of the speech, and mostly the icebreaker speech is content is introducing the member himself. So today the speech title given by Toastmaster Arun is "When there is a will, there is a way." So let's look forward to seeing
Yes, Toastmaster Arun, please.
But there is a will, there is a way. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening. How many of you know our late President APJ Abdul Kalam, which city he was born? Ramanathapuram. The same city is the nearest, the same district. I also born from the same district. Okay. This district is famous for the three famous people. One is APJ Abdul Kalam. Another one is which is the Asia's largest studio. You know the AVM studio in Chennai. AVM studios, and this is the second largest studio in Asia. AVM Mayapacheti are also the same city born. Okay. Third one, one of the famous lyrics in India, Kavingar Kannadasan. This is one of the famous. These three famous people born in the same district. The same district, I also born from the thing. So I am proud to say that. My name is Arul Shekhar. I born in the city called Karaikudi. This is the same Ramnad district. This is famous for they will call us, this area, they will call us a Chettinadu. When you are going the thing, that Chettinadu means this all Karaikudi, Sivagangai, Ramnad, the whole area they will call us a Chettinadu area. This is famous for, you know the thing, Chettinadu chicken and Chettinadu all the things is entire famous for the thing that one. This is preparing the very good variety of food, preparing, they are the specialist for the thing. My father and my mother both are working in the hospital, so health inspector and health visitor that one. So every 3 years they will be shifting from one place to another place. Normally they will go in that. One of the places called small city called Mukudal. This is the place that where I studied all my career journey and started the thing that one with a continuation. I am a good, hungry and enthusiastic, zealous student. Means anything, something on the way, you want to learn, interested to learn, everything, grasping the thing very fast to learn and move forward that one. In the small childhood, age of around 7, my father will send it to me to the bank. I am not in the bank. You know, when you are going to the bank, the counter height will be approximately 4 feet will be there. Your height will, my height will be the low, but hiding and going and depositing money. So anything going there, interested to learn, going depositing or learning anything. Example, seeing tailoring in the when the vacation started, I will start learning in the tailoring or mechanical or car mechanic or a bike mechanic. All the thing, anything in the on the way is coming. Everything normal. Any student will go for vacation to playing the football or anything. That I will go start learning the every opportunity get it and learning the thing on the way and started my career. I want to give you my icebreaker speak. One incident I want to take it and then that particular as a small incident how they inspired the thing I want to share with you all of you. While studying in a college second year, one of the opportunity came as everybody want to join. Total 25 students are there. 10 member only joining as an electronic club. Okay, the opportunity came. Professor introduced that one. That particular day, unfortunately, I am not present that particular day. So next day gone, I have lost the opportunity of the thing to join the electronics club. This electronics club is normally the professor will teaching the thing electronic instrument means you are having the integrated chip, transistor, resistor, capacitor, these are the things to prepare a project for the end of the 3rd year. Going to prepare the project that one. So I lost the opportunity. I checked with the professor whether I can able to get the opportunity. Sorry, anybody in the 10-member team, one of the person leaving, then we can able to take the opportunity or the thing. Then I came and talking to my father and telling him, okay, this is the particular opportunity I lost it. What should be done that one? Then he told me that okay, what they are teaching. So I told him this is the way that transistor and the capacitor will help me to make the project and everything. Then he told me that okay, same thing where you can able to get it from the thing, you can able to go and work in Saturday and Sunday in the TV repairing shop. Okay, so he introduced one of the friend area and started working in the TV repairing shop for Saturday and Sunday. So for 6 months I worked the thing. More than that, what the professor taught in the electronic lab, the people coming and telling me that when I started gathering the project gathering and going to another city, buying all the project, what are the things to be done, and helping to the student, each student helping and achieving the project also I helped to the thing. So then finally my marks in the 3rd year, the electronic project they given the thing. The electronic project, all of you are aware that how they will be putting the project into the looks like table topics. They will be keeping the project all the thing. You around 25 project. You supposed to go there and select whichever the project coming electronics you need to select and then you execute the thing. So that particular project is came for me as packet transistor. Within 35 minutes I finished the project and delivered the project that one and helped the other people also that. So and I got a score out of the 360 marks. Out of 360 I got it out of the thing that one and achieved and came out with it. So anything if you are lost the opportunity, then you can find a method and there is a will, there is a way, there is a will and there is a way you can find it and achieve it in the thing that one. You find the small story but it will inspire the thing all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shekhar. And the next speaker is Toastmaster Faisal Al-Khattabi. Before his speech, I request his Chair, Toastmaster Kumar, please explain the purpose of the speech.
Good evening again, all of you. In specific, Toastmaster Faisal, today he's going to give his first speech, which is Icebreaker. For any Toastmaster, Icebreaker is the first speech. In this speech, speaker is expected to introduce himself clearly and probably take us through his life journey, and basically speaker has to understand the basic structure of the speech, which means he should understand that it has an opening, body and closing. So I wish him all the best. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Today I'll be talking about myself. My name is Faisal Al-Qahtani. I born in October 6, 79, born in Abu Dhabi. Firstly, I grew up in LA until age of 6. Then we moved to Benias in Abu Dhabi when we got our first house, received our first house by the government. I studied from the first grade until the high school in Benias. I graduated from Benias. I got 89.9 percentage from the high school. Because of that, I got a scholarship from Abu Dhabi Police to study aviation engineer. They decided to send me to USA to study aviation engineer. Before I went to USA, I got married at the age of 20. Because my family said you cannot travel to USA without money. So I said okay, I got married. Then the rules at that time, I cannot take my wife immediately with me as I don't know the area. So I traveled with 3 different students with me with no English at all. So you can imagine what happened to us when we arrived there. We thought somebody will meet us in the airport, so it was nobody. Then we said we were arguing in Arabic. Everybody was looking to us what these people saying, so we said we will take a taxi. We'll go to the university. We knew the name of the university. We said to the taxi, we need the Tampa University. He said, no, it's midnight, it's closed. He said, okay, any hotel near. I said, okay, I'll take you to the hotel. We went to Holiday Inn Hotel. We booked 2 rooms, 2 in each room. We were 4. So in the next day, we received the bill. It says the room rate and something called taxi. We said, guys, we paid the taxi yesterday. Why they charge us? Okay, I said, don't worry, this American living, they have their own system. And the next day, we took another taxi. We went to McDonald's. Again, the next day, the same room rate and taxi again. Guys, how come we don't know English? How to argue with them? And the 3rd day, we said, okay, we'll be smarter than them. We walked about 10 minutes away from the hotel. We took a taxi. Then we went to McDonald's. We came back. We stopped away from the hotel. Nobody can see us. We came back, and the 3rd day, the taxis again. Then said, guys, let's go down to the reception. We went to the reception. We said, why there's a taxi fees? And we just showing by hand. Said, where is the taxi? They said, this is taxi. She said, the receptionist said, this is not a taxi, it is a tax. What? Guys, what taxes? We were 4. So from that time we knew what taxes. You can imagine what happened to us in that period until we learned English. I want to tell you, if you go to USA, even if you know English, their accent is totally different than the normal English. If you need water, you need to say water. It's not a water, it's a water. If you say it for 10 times, they don't understand you. If you need lettuce, it's not lettuce, it's lettuce. So in 2005, I graduated from there. But before that, I changed my subject because of 9/11. Anybody who was studying aviation or anything related to plane will face difficulties. So I switched to electrical engineer. I graduated in 2005. I came back here. I joined Abu Dhabi Police. Military training. Then I finished my master's degree from University of Wollongong in Dubai in 2008, or I think 9, yeah. Then because I'm a serious student, I got another scholarship to study PhD. I got PhD from UK, from University of Wolverhampton. Now I'm a doctor, but I don't feel I'm a doctor since I'm working in Abu Dhabi Police. So unless I teach in the university, maybe I'll feel that I'm a doctor. So this is almost me in 5 minutes. Thank you for this time.
The zealous speaker. Thank you for a good speech. And the next, Toastmaster Puran Roy and his evaluator, Toastmaster Ravraj. Please congrats.
Toastmasters, the evening, fellow Toastmasters in this. Good evening. Toastmaster Puran Roy, his speech title is Speaking After Dinner. The objectives for this advanced speech is prepare an entertaining after dinner talk on a specific theme. Deliver the talk using the skills developed in the preceding projects. Time allotted is 8 to 10 minutes.
Toastmaster Puran Roy.
Toastmasters, good evening. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening. I think you've just had dinner, so normally after dinner you normally feel lethargic, not very energetic. I think some of you may be feeling sleepy. So for that reason, I've selected a topic which I think is very important, very relevant today. We want to talk about the risks we are facing every day in our life. Something we cannot run away from. This is reality. We are, I think many people are from different technical background. We've heard of different types of engineers. We've heard of electrical engineers, we've heard of civil engineers, we've heard of mechanical engineers, aeronautical engineers. But there's a new breed of engineers called social engineers. How many of you heard of social engineers? This is a title given to those people who are hacking our emails, hacking our systems, stealing our secrets, stealing our money, stealing our information. They are the most notorious and the most dangerous breed of engineers. They are influencing elections. They are manipulating public opinion, creating social unrest. In such situation, most of us are still very careless, unaware, and not very cautious. I want to give a few examples which are real stories of the kind of damage they can do. On 4th to 5th February 2016, Federal Reserve Bank of a foreign country received 35 instructions to transfer $1 billion to different accounts in different countries. Out of that 35 instructions, 5 instructions were immediately done, so around $100 million was transferred. 80 million to one bank in some foreign country, 20 million to one country, private limited company. When this 20 million was transferred to this country, one alert staff of a private bank, he felt that this amount was too big. 20 million was a huge amount for that country. So he was suspicious and he raised the alarm to the routing bank to check on this. The routing bank, when he checked the recipient's name, he found out that there was one word that was misspelled. The word foundation was spelled as foundation. The word O was missing. So they got suspicious and they checked with the central bank who had made the request whether there had been such a request or not. And when the central bank got this information, they immediately said, there's no such request from our bank, which means this is fraud. Immediately instruction was sent to the Federal Reserve Bank not to transfer any more money. But out of that 100 million, 20 million which was sent to this bank of one country was recovered. Out of that 80 million, only 14, 15 million was recovered. About 60, 65 million just vanished. Till today, they have not been able to trace the money. Another incident. A dam in one foreign country, the system was hacked. These hackers had been able to penetrate the system, and they were even able to know the temperature of the water in the dam, the volume of the water in the dam, so much so they have even been able to reach the controls of the sluice gates. You know the sluice gates of the dam, which controls the flow of the water. If they open the sluice gates, downstream will be flooded. It can cause a huge damage. Fortunately, when they had reached that stage, on that day, the system had been deactivated for maintenance work. Later on, these 5 hackers were caught. They're from a foreign country, and they had also been named for having done some hacking of some foreign banks. Another story. Social engineers have been tracking one chief financial officer of a big corporate house for some time. He had got information about that CFO from the website, because you know most of the company's website has all the information. Who's the president, who's the vice president, who's the CEO, who's the CFO, with all the email address, with all the telephone numbers. Further information he got from his social media platforms, because this CFO was very fond of using WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. It was almost all everywhere. So most of the information he had gathered from there. This CFO was also fond of playing poker, and he was posting all his progress on the poker, the game of poker on his Facebook. So he had reached the finals of a game, a poker game, which was going to take place in Los Angeles. So he had posted everything on Facebook, saying on this day I will be playing the finals of a poker tournament, and from 11 to 4 p.m. I will be busy, I will not be contactable. So when this CFO was going to participate in the tournament, he received a message on his company provided mobile phone. The message read, to view the latest updated schedule of the tournament, please click on the link. So the CFO just clicked on the link, pressed on the link, nothing happened. He just forgot about it. But what he had done was, he had unwittingly given access to his company provided email account. So while he was busy playing his poker game, around 11:15, the social engineer sent an email to his junior in the office to transfer $125,000 immediately to a vendor's account. Now his junior, never to question his boss, obliged to transfer the money immediately. When the CFO, after finishing his tournament, which he had won, he had made some money, reached his office, he realized that he had lost a bigger amount because he had new debts. So when these kind of people are moving around, we are so careless. We are using very, very weak password. I think many of us are using passwords which are very weak, right? When the research, most of the senior officers, when they found out that their system, their emails were hacked, what they found out was that they're using very, very weak passwords. When the research was done by a Cyber Security Institute of UK, what they found out was around 23 million people were using the password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 23 million. Another equal number were using slightly stronger password. And you know what was that? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there was another group of senior people using the password 11111. No wonder they get hacked. Another thing I want to share with you is, we all are using Facebook. very good platform where we share information. We know what our friends are doing, what our relatives are doing. We are getting track of people we have lost in touch before. We're getting old friends, old relatives, we're getting in touch with them. But we are also sharing something which we're not supposed to share. We are exposing ourselves to a lot of risks. Imagine a family is going on a 3 weeks holiday. And one of the family members decides to put the information on Facebook. And he writes, "You are going for 3 weeks holiday. Our poor house will be alone. We are the lock and key. Even our neighbors are not around. I feel very sorry for my house." And then you have Big Joe thief watching and saying, "Okay, I have got 3 weeks time to realize your house." Why don't you post the blueprint as well? It will make my job easier, right? At least I will know where the door is, where the window is. So these are the things which we should be worried about. We should know what to post, what not to post. I think my message to you all is that when we are using all these social platforms, I know there's a lot of fun using it, but we should be careful what we are posting it, because we are exposing ourselves to a lot of risks, a lot of threats around. People are using this post to blackmail people. So I think we should be using stronger passwords in our emails. We should be more careful about what we are posting on Facebook and what our family members are posting on Facebook. We must educate them so that they are more careful, so they do not pose the whole family at risk. That's my message to you all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Conrad. Wonderful message. Thank you very much. Tyler, can you just explain the time?
Toastmasters. Here is a timing report for prepared speeches. Toastmaster Arul Shekhar took 5 minutes 16 seconds. Toastmaster Faisal took 4 minutes 17 seconds. And Toastmaster Puran Roy took 10 minutes and 15 seconds. So, what are preferred?
Joint speaker, there is no any voting. Thank you. So please vote for the best speaker as per your view. And for the two only, Toastmaster Arul.